The question is, what's the difference in between a 3-wheel rollerblade and a 4-wheel rollerblade? Let's get right into it. I have two of the same skate, rollerblade Maxim, same size. On one, I have a basic 3-wheel setup, endless frames, 110 wheels. On my other Maxim, I have a basic 4-wheel setup, 80 millimeters. So it's more about the wheel size than how many wheels. A 3-wheel frame has bigger wheels, and a 4-wheel frame typically has smaller wheels. And then you can get into fancy stuff like the endless arc frame, which has 5 wheels. That's going to be a different video because I could go on forever. The bigger wheels are going to have you higher off the ground. Wearing a 3-wheel skate for me is kind of like wearing high heels for me. You feel really tall, high off the ground, not as stable. Cute, fun. The lower you are to the ground, the lower center of gravity, which means balance is easier, maneuverability and stability are all easier the lower you are to the ground. When you have a higher center of gravity, it's easier to topple over and you have less control. With a lower center of gravity, that makes jumping better because you're lower to the ground when you land and when you take off. The bigger your wheels are, the faster and smoother that you roll. So on rough pavement, on really rough terrain, a 3-wheel setup is going to roll smoother through the cracks and bumps than a 4-wheel setup. Physics, the smaller wheel size are easier to do quick speed, quick feet acceleration. The bigger wheels are a little bit more difficult to accelerate, more difficult to push up a hill. Once you get the speed is the sweet spot. And then there's frame length. So these are the exact same boot. You can see how much longer your tips and tails are on the 3-wheel setup. With a longer frame length, that means maintaining speed really nice, so you can have more long, powerful pushes. And since you have the tips and tails, you feel a little bit more stable forward and backward, less likely to get your speed wobbles. With a smaller frame length, you can really sharp turns, tight turns, fancy tricks, spinning, all of that's easier with a shorter frame length. Next question, what's best for beginners? I think a 4-wheel 80 millimeter setup is best for beginners. You're low to the ground, stable, more balanced, easy to learn on, really maneuverable. It's also the perfect size for learning because it's right in the middle, deciding which direction you want to go with your skating. If you really love going distance and high speed, then you could think about wanting to upgrade to a bigger wheel setup. Maybe you really love going to the roller rink and dancing and you're skating through cones and learning all this fancy footwork. So you want to actually go smaller to a 72 or 76 or explore the world of rockering your skates. Or maybe you're just loving the airtime and want to get into aggressive skating, which is even smaller wheels, and that's for a different video as well. If you've already bought a 3-wheel setup, don't panic, you can still learn on it. The learning curve is just higher. Big wheels, faster and smoother. Smaller wheels, more maneuverable, lower center of gravity, better for distance and speed, better for fancy footwork. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.